Hello everybody in the room and everybody looking at the video stream. Lingvist is making human learning 10 times faster using artificial intelligence. I was working as a nuclear physicist at CERN. It's the biggest nuclear lab in the world, a circle of 20 miles. Our team discovered the Higgs boson, which is one of the biggest discoveries in physics in this century. Funnily enough, this discovery led me to build a company in a completely different field. I will tell you the story. I was really bad at learning languages at school. I learned Russian for 10 years and I can barely say hello. It took me 20 years to reach my current level of English, which is still not great. I hated language learning. It was hard and boring. I couldn't catch up with other students, which made me feel stupid and demotivated. I thought that I just can't learn languages. And I became a physicist, hoping to avoid languages. But I was wrong. The nuclear lab turned out to be in France. And it's not fun living in France if you don't speak French. One day I was in a railway station and I didn't know which train to take. I asked the railway attendant. He didn't speak English. I tried to explain with my arms and legs, me, train, CERN. He kept answering me in French, and when all of the trains had left, he finally had mercy on me and said in English, "This was the last train to CERN today." Thank you. French people are really nice. Actually, they are if you know French, but at that moment I was really annoyed because, of course, I would learn French, but it takes so much time. It takes 10 years. I do not have this time. And this is the fundamental problem. As learning takes a lot of time, the human society develops, and we have always more things to learn. Every generation has to go to school longer than the previous one. As human capacity to learn has not scaled with technology, as everything else around us, we can't just learn longer and longer, because time is fundamentally limited for everybody. I wanted to solve this problem. I thought that if we can discover unknown particles using AI, maybe I can use the same technology to make people to learn faster. And I calculated that theoretically, I could learn a new language in 200 hours. I was so excited that I just had to test it out. I built a software which analyzed the language in a large scale and figured out what are the most statistically relevant things to learn. It measured how my memory worked and knew exactly when and what I will forget. And it used AI algorithms to accelerate my learning in a mathematically strict way. When I had used my prototype for 2 months, then I took the national examination of French, and I was very surprised when I passed it on the average level that students usually do after 10 years at school. Wow. I was blown away. I met the technical co-founder of Skype, and when he dug into the technology, he became an investor right away. The leader of Skype, core technology team, joined us as chief technology officer and brought a bunch of other Skype developers. And many, many other talented people joined as well, including a couple of Techstars mentors. And now we have the product online for a couple of years. It was designed as a consumer product. But I will show you a short video clip of a teacher who started to use it at school. His student taught himself French using Lingvist. And he told it to the teacher. It quickly spread from one teacher to all of the teachers to all of the students at school. And here's what they think.
Normally, at this point in the year, my students in French 1 have been exposed to the present tense and can write sentences, simple, very simple sentences in the present tense. But now, they're writing all the tenses. They're writing in the future, they're writing in the past because they've been exposed to it. I haven't taught them this.
Subjunctive, really. I've seen some students use subjunctive, and
and correctly.
Yeah, it's not even incorrect. It's just insane how quickly they've picked up stuff.
This is something I never even did in French 2. So I have no idea where we're going to end up, but I do know that we will end up doing way more than we have ever done in the past. I know by the end of this year, my students have done just beyond anything I've ever seen, and this is year 23 for me.
And their impression is actually backed up by university study. University of Tartu run a study with 500 students, and the result was that people who are using Lingvist can learn 4 times faster. Imagine learning 4 times faster. And this is actually not a limit, because the technology works on big data. The more users we have, the better it gets. We think that in the next year we can prove that we can teach 6 times faster. And we believe that it's possible to make people to learn 10 times faster. And even this is not the limit. When we have proven that it works for languages, and we're close, we want to take this technology to other fields of education, to schools, to grown-ups, to corporations. We want to empower people to learn anything, to learn faster and learn more, to chase their dreams. And this is our goal. We believe that the world would be a better place if our capacity to learn increased. Knowledge is the key to understanding where we each other come from. It lowers the barriers that we have built around gender, races, borders. If people could learn faster, they would learn more, they would know more, and they would make the world for the better for themselves and people around them. And we're building technology for this. If you share this vision, then talk to us. We're looking for content partners to bring into our product, and we're raising the Series B round to take this technology to the masses. Thank you.